Today I'm going to walk you through 7 assets portfolio, 3 ETFs, 3 stocks, and 1 crypto that I genuinely believe is positioned to outperform in the next macro cycle. But before we start, I want to make something very clear. This is not a random top stocks to buy this month video. This is not trend chasing, and this is definitely not one of those recycled YouTube lists everyone keeps repeating. What I am sharing today is a professionally diversified portfolio built with a very specific purpose. The purpose is reducing unnecessary risk, balancing cyclical or uncyclical sectors, gaining exposure to energy, technology, healthcare, and emerging markets, hedging against geopolitical uncertainty, and position for structural themes that will shape the next decade. Most people don't know how to diversify properly. They simply buy what is popular. This portfolio that I prepared does the opposite. It picks assets that are strategically connected to the biggest macro transitions happening right now. And I assure you, you won't find this combination anywhere else. Not in Main Street finance channels or in any social media. This is my personal research based on fundamentals, macro data, and market structure. And after explaining each asset, you will also switch to their charts and look at the technical setup that I'm watching. Structure, levels, liquidity, and where price could be heading. So let's begin with 3 ETFs. The first one is EWZ Brazil ETF. Brazil is one of the most strategically important countries in the global economy right now. It is resource-rich, agriculture, oil, metals, and minerals. The US wants influence in Brazil to offset China's expansion. I personally believe that between 2025 and 2030 will be a commodity-heavy cycle. Brazil benefits massively from global risk-on flows. Political landscape and their monetary policy improved significantly, also thanks to US. Because US has high interest in Brazil, it won't let Brazil economy keep going down. Demand for Brazil's natural resources keeps climbing up. So EWZ gives you exposure to an emerging market backed by real assets, not speculative growth. It's basically a play on geopolitics, commodities, and global demand. Now let's switch to the chart and take a look at the structure and key levels for EWZ. This is our EWZ chart. I'm looking at a 3-monthly time frame. What I can see here is price is strong and making higher lows right here. It doesn't look like it is willing to go down, and in technical chart, our first target is $43. So investing in this ETF is basically investing in Brazil economy. I believe that all the reasons that I shared with you previously, Brazil economy will grow. Technical perspective gives me only $43, but I expect from this ETF to make triple at least. So after $43, it's very likely that we will see $60 and $90 in a long run. But Brazil is just one side of the resource story. The next ETF is focusing on metals the entire modern world runs on. Our second ETF's ticker symbol is REMX. They are focusing on rare earth and strategic metals. So the logic is if the future runs on technology, then technology runs on rare metals. So why do we need these rare earth metals? For EV batteries, renewable energy systems, AI and high-performance chips, military and aerospace technology, robotics, and data centers. And here is the geopolitical problem. China dominates rare earth production and processing. So that creates a vulnerability for the West, and it guarantees massive investment into alternative supply chains. REMX is not just a mining ETF, it's a strategic necessity. Demand will rise, supply is constrained, and new geopolitical pressure only increases the value of these metals. So let's analyze REMX chart and see how structure is forming. This is our REMX chart in a 3-monthly time frame. Here is our bearish order block. They pushed price last time here. They took this sell side liquidity and it went up. So this low happened in 2020 when COVID started. After 2 years here, price started to drop. And you can see here where it stopped. This was our bearish order block. After this fake movement, it became bullish breaker. So if I see price visiting right here again, I should expect bounce from that. Which price did actually. From this bullish breaker, price doubled its value and became $70. But I believe it is just a start, since it is also ETF based on rare earth metals and strategic metals and kind of long-term investment. Technical charts only give you closer targets. So the closest target is $122, but I believe this will also double its value and it will go to $140 first, then to $200. If critical minerals are raw material of future, the next ETF is the future of energy itself. Our third ETF's ticker symbol is NLR. They are focusing on uranium and nuclear energy. So nuclear is no longer controversial. It is becoming unavoidable. So AI data centers are consuming ridiculous amounts of electricity. Countries want clean, stable baseload power. Renewable energy alone cannot support global demand. Energy independence is national priority, and uranium supply is extremely tight. NLR ETF gives you exposure to the companies positioned to benefit from the nuclear renaissance. So nuclear energy is the bridge between the AI era, the electrification era, and the geopolitical reality of the energy security. So let's pull up the chart for NLR and analyze the price action. For our NLR chart, I will first define the previous quarterly opening level, which is here. As you can see, price is already moving up, and you might think it's overvalued. But in an uptrend like this one, price usually move irrational. Since uranium and nuclear energy is the current trend for powering AI, cloud center, etc., demand on energy will rise non-stop. So in technical perspective, I can only say that if price ever comes to $110, you should expect bounce from this. And as always, our first target is previous high, which is $167. But I believe price will easily reach to $200, $300, and $400. Now let's move into the specific companies. And the first one is in the middle of a massive transformation. It is Intel Corporation. The ticker symbol is INTC. I've been sharing this in all of my social media since it was $22, and I still believe that price will continue to go up. So let's talk why I believe in Intel. Intel is transforming itself into global foundry competitor, directly challenging TSMC. The US and Europe want semiconductor independence. They cannot rely on TSMC because of the conflict between Taiwan and China. Intel is receiving huge government incentives. They have massive restructuring and new product cycles. Potential manufacturing contracts are coming from big players. Recently, we have seen many new contracts coming from large players such as Nvidia, SoftBank, and others. Companies should get along with Intel because US is backing Intel's up. They are playing strategic role in national security. Intel isn't just about CPUs anymore. It is a geopolitical asset for the Western manufacturing. Let's break down the technical structure on Intel chart. So here is our Intel chart. People who follows me already knows this. I was sharing Intel since $22. But I strongly believe that, with all the reason that I explained previously, this is a fresh start for Intel. I think we are really at the beginning of some uptrend. Let me define for you the first target, which is January 2024 opening. And the second target is April 2021. And here is our last quarterly opening level. I believe that we are in strong uptrend. It's obvious that Trump is backing Intel up. And such uptrends like this one, you might not catch nice pullback. Maybe price will give opportunity to let investors in a cheaper price, but in such uptrends, usually price moves non-stop. So if price ever comes back and revisits below $33, this is definitely a buy opportunity. But as I said, it might not come down and start another leg up. So the first target is $48 and the second one is $58. But in the long run, I believe we will see Intel at $100. So our next stock is exact opposite. Not cyclical, not volatile, but incredibly stable and quietly dominant. And that is United Health Group. The ticker symbol is UNH. UNH is a demographic supercycle play. The reality is America's population is aging rapidly. Healthcare demand rises every single year. United Health Group has massive pricing power. They are sitting on incredible cash flow. They have strong long-term consistency. And you can imagine this stock as a kind of hedging your portfolio. They are not depending on market hype. If market comes down, they might still go up. The part of their business is also insurance. I believe this stock is definitional stability. And also after their CEO was shot by 3D printed gun, their prices came lower than before. Afterwards, Berkshire Hathaway stepped in, which is Warren Buffett, and invested in United Health Group. They might be still increasing their position on United Health Group. You might remember from the Big Short movie, Christian Bale was playing him. He also invested in United Health Group. So we are seeing some institutional interest in this stock. Here is how I analyze United Health Group chart. So this is our United Health Group daily chart. Price had a downtrend for months after COVID high. And in last low here, Warren Buffett's company, as you know, Berkshire Hathaway, announced that they added United Health Group to their portfolio. So price had another leg up till $380. $280 and had a slight pullback, and now we are sitting at $320. What I expect from price to spend some time here, create a range and clean the low of the range and start another leg up. And my first target is $500. Afterwards, possibly in a long run, $1,000. Now let's end the stock section with a company everyone knows, but very few truly understand. And that stock is Tesla. The ticker symbol is TSLA. So Tesla is not just a car company. Everyone knows them as an electrical vehicle company, but they are in energy storage, solar, autonomy, robotics, AI training, software margins, global charging infrastructure. Their cars are collecting data for many years. Imagine how powerful their AI training capabilities. People misprice Tesla because they look only at car sales, but Tesla sits in intersection of AI, energy, and mobility. Let's analyze the Tesla price chart. So this is our Tesla monthly chart. So price is making higher lows. This means we are in a strong uptrend. And I combine Tesla chart with all the reasons I have explained previously. I believe that $400 for Tesla is very cheap deal. I expect price to go to 800, then 1,000 easily. And now the final asset, the one that doesn't need a CEO, doesn't need a balance sheet, and doesn't need marketing. Actually, US is doing that part. So our last pick is Bitcoin. Simple but effective. No need to overcomplicate with altcoins or trying to catch other trends. I think Bitcoin is a must to have in all portfolios. They are decentralized. There is no political manipulation. This is a hedge against inflation and instability. It is proven long-term store of value. Extremely strong narrative in a chaotic world. These things that I counted probably most of you already know, but the most important part that I trusted on Bitcoin is that US needs crypto market to be interested. Maybe some of you know that, and the demand of these bonds were in record low. So US needs to sell these bonds, and their bonds only yields 4% interest, which is not interesting at all. If you have ever bought crypto, so you need to buy first stable coins, for example Tether called USDT or USDC, which belong to Circle. And when they print stable coins, they cannot just print stable coins without real money that is backing up these stable coins. So when these stable coin firms prints USDT or USDC, whatever that is, that are few more, they need to show the equivalent of this amount of money they printed and how they stored this money. They cannot just lay their money, so they buy US bonds so that they can print more stable coins. If crypto markets demand is getting low, it means America won't be able to sell more bonds that has already low demand. So that's why US needs Bitcoin demand more than ever. So they will do anything they can to make crypto market interesting in coming months and years. Now let's finish this video by analyzing Bitcoin's chart structure and key levels. This is our Bitcoin monthly chart. I update Bitcoin price in a short term in my social media accounts, but in this video I am analyzing Bitcoin chart for the long run. So here is our January 1st last year opening level. So what I expected from price to revisit this previous yearly opening. I believe after price spending some time here, price will make another leg up. All the reason I shared with you previously, I believe Bitcoin price will never stop. So our first target is $150K, then $200K, then $300K. Of course, in the long run, there will be small crises, there will be pullbacks for sure, there will be fluctuations in price, but at the end, all these assets prices that I analyzed here will go up. And this is how I diversified this portfolio. You are looking at a structure that balances growth, stability, geopolitical exposure, and long-term themes without taking unnecessary risks. I'm not putting everything into tech, I'm not going all in on commodities, and I'm not betting my entire future on crypto. Instead, each piece of this pie has a very specific role. Intel is the biggest allocation because it sits at the center of the vast semiconductor strategy. Bitcoin gives the portfolio hard-coded scarcity and a hedge against monetary uncertainty. EWZ adds emerging market strength backed by real resources. REMX and NLR give exposure to the two most important themes of the next decade. The first one is critical metals and the second one is nuclear energy. Also, United Health Group and Tesla balance the portfolio with healthcare stability and long-term innovation. So this is what proper diversification actually looks like. Different sectors, different risk profiles, and different macro drivers. Most people diversify by buying 5 tech stocks and calling it a portfolio. This one is something else. This is positioned for the world we are moving into, not the world we are leaving behind. If you want more content like this, where I actually break down the assets, the reasoning, the macro story, and the technical structure, make sure to subscribe. Most people just read headlines, but we are building mindset, understanding how market truly moves. So let me know in comment section what you want to learn from me in the coming videos. See you next time.